Greetings and aloha, what's going on? It's Mike's from LiveMyAssOff.com. So I'm cruising down the street, and I stop at a 7-Eleven because I just wanted, to get something to drink, right? This. And the little side street that was right next to the 7-Eleven, it says, this way to like a public beach, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, it's this dirt road, and there's a few motorbikes every now and then on it. So I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. So I come down here. So I come down that little road, and I'm driving along, and I'm like, oh, cool. I just park right there. That's fine. And then I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of nice. Yeah, it's a little rocky down there, but maybe I'll just sit on this wall and hang out. I was considering doing a live stream, but then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna kind of chill out. So this is what I got going on today, and sometimes I'll refer to this as I'm overpaid. Kind of trying to figure out what this thing is, actually, because there's a part of me that's like, wait, is this like a turbine, like an older, super rusty old, bottom of a engine of some kind or something like that? So I'm not quite sure what that is, but yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out here, and just wanted to throw together a quick video and share it with you guys for a couple of reasons. The first is the fact that, there's the ice cream man. That's pretty cool. The first is the fact that I'm grateful, and you could argue, right, Mike? What's a video with Mike at Live My Ass Off without being grateful, right? A rare one. But the second thing is just as I was about to go do a live stream here, and I was trying some stuff out on my phone, buddy of mine calls me, like a really good buddy of mine, from back in Del Mar, basically, California, San Diego area. He's like, hey, do you know this guy? And he says his name, and I'm like, yeah, I think I do, maybe. And in my mind, so he's a friend of mine that's part of this club that I'm in. That a lot of people will label the solution you get from that as life-saving. But sometimes there are people that are part of that club, and they have basically three options in their life, and it's either jails, institutions, or death. And the latter, of course, is a very sad reality of the solution that I choose, meaning that some people just don't make it. Some people just don't get sober. And so he said, yeah, this guy, he died. And I was like, now, believe it or not, my first thought was, okay, so COVID? He was really just my age, like kind of thing. And again, I'm not putting any sort of medical expertise on, who has a higher likelihood of getting it, dying, whatever. But he overdosed, and is a sad, common sort of scenario where someone will get sober, and then they will need to have an operation that involves, of course, physical recovery, but a lot of pain afterwards. And so occasionally the pain management of that is done with medication that, sometimes is quite narcotic. And it's funny, whenever I go into meet like a new doctor or something like that, and they're like, are you allergic to anything? And many people will say, well, penicillin, or sulfur, or aspirin potentially. And I'm always like, narcotics. And they're like, what? I'm like, I am absolutely allergic to narcotics. Do not give them to me unless I'm in the emergency room. Because I've had way too many experiences watching very, very good friends that get sober and have the allergy that I suffer from, and are prescribed narcotics. And again, it's a prescription. But I suffer from what I believe is a disease, like many other people do. That once I ingest something, and then the phenomenon of craving begins, and then I can't stop. So I stay away from those proactively. I stay away from ingesting those substances so I don't have to worry about that. And I do that, and I label that behavior as a phrase you may have heard, which is called one day at a time. So I do it basically 24 hours at a time. I get up and I don't drink or I don't use, no matter what. And anyway, so he said, yeah, so this guy, he died of an overdose. And I just was like, I mean, I've shared with you guys before about how grateful I am just to wake up and have one more day. And that's the reason. Like, I woke up this morning and I get one more day. And my buddy Tommy, who called me, informed me of this sad reality. And I'm sitting here on this beach, not really sharing it with a whole lot of people. And I'm just over the moon grateful. I'm overpaid, truly, by the universe to just be able to wake up one more day and say hi to you guys and that sort of thing. So anyway, my energy level is somber, and I'm humbled. And again, I'm overpaid. I get one more day, and this guy didn't. And so anyway, so to that point, I did this little video here because I was kind of, well, I'm not going to do a live stream because I just kind of want to sit here and just remain in gratitude and take it all in and be quiet, which of course I don't necessarily do on live streams. But and I'm sorry if there's too much wind. As far as the microphone goes, trust me, I'm not sorry about this wind that I got going on right now. This is amazing. This is gorgeous. And let me show you guys what's above us here. It's one of those like wait a minute, don't they pan over something like that to sort of symbolize beauty at the opening of Miami Vice when the drums are playing? And anyway, I just I hope that I've shared before that gratefully I don't have to have someone die in my life to be grateful that I'm alive. I don't need to see someone without legs to be grateful I have legs. And I hope that's a true scenario for you as well. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of throw this up there. I didn't want to kind of throw this up there. I wanted to throw this up there because I think it's good for me when I hear others share scenarios that remind me, oh yeah, I should do that. And on my previous video, I was talking about how it was important for me to just randomly reach out to someone and say, hey, I'm really psyched you're in my life. So anyway, I'm grateful to be able to do that one more day. And with that, I do want to actually address one more thing. I post a lot of pictures of this, right, on Facebook, and people, I understand they comment on it, as would I if I wasn't here. Like, oh my, just kind of off the cuff, tongue in cheek, as they say. Oh, Mike, I'm jealous. Oh my God, you poor kid. How can you possibly live through that sort of thing? And I know they're just joking around, but the reality is that like I used to only be able to view photos like this on social media or on postcards, whatever. And the reason I'm living my ass off right now is because I worked my ass off. I believe that there's a reward available if you add value to wherever, if it's your town or your city or the world or your friends or your mom or your daughter or whatever. I believe there's some degree of reward that's available. It's not a guarantee at all. But what I've discovered, and I don't do it because I know that I'm like guaranteed this reward. I worked my butt off because I enjoyed it, and it's also very fulfilling for me. But there was a goal, right? There was a mountaintop for that one, and the mountaintop was being able to just basically come here, on a motorbike that I rented again for one more day for $4.85, and drove to this beach that is empty and free, and I was just reflecting on how grateful I am. And anyway, so that was really all that I wanted to share, is that look, this is available, and I used to not be able to physically come to these places. I used to only be able to see them in pictures. And I hope by me doing this and me sharing with you, you guys are convinced that, well, if Mike can do it, right? I mean, if I can do this, like anybody can do this. So anyway, that was just a little bit of what was on my mind, and I wanted to share that. And so with that, it's Mike's from livemyassoff.com. And I hope you're living the dream, no matter where you are. I hope you're taking stock of how many opportunities you have in your life. And if this is something that you want to do, I would argue that the only thing stopping you from coming here is, time potentially, but is you. In other words, when I look back on all of the things that I was doing prior to coming here, really the only thing holding me back was me. And so, I seem to have gotten over that. And again, the reward for that is just being able to come here and take a breath of, the color of beaches and water that, again, this used to be a postcard only scenario for me. And now it's a Wednesday morning. So I hope you're living the dream. I'll talk to you guys soon.